Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Star Report. This is Jason here, new dimensions, crystals, and Reiki in downtown Brenham, Texas. And today's report is for April the 8th through April the 14th, 2026. Year is moving right along, and as usual, we start with our closest star in the star report, and that star is the sun. And the sun has been quiet as of lately. Low sunspot activity, so you shouldn't have to worry about those, although flaring is always a potential. The main solar energy or solar weather that we have coming near us is going to be a coronal hole. And that coronal hole's whole stream, which is a plasma stream, should be impacting the Earth on Friday. And just for a reminder, refresher, coronal hole energy feels compression, also causes uptick in earthquake activity. So if you're around earthquake potential areas, pay attention to that. There are some plasma filaments that warrant a attention because I wrote it down. Because there is another comet, actually a piece of the same comet that hit last week and melted or evaporated into the solar corona. There is a remnant of that also coming this week. I forget the day. That's all right. Pay attention because whenever impacts happen or other heavenly bodies go into or real near to the sun, then plasma has a tendency to release. So pay attention to that. We are currently in the zodiac still of Aries. Aries is the higher mind. So you want to maybe feel that in the top of the head, right? Sometimes that will be increased tingling. Sometimes that'll be pressure. Sometimes it'll be increased mental activity, right? The Aries is always symbolic of our alchemical search for the golden fleece or the higher mind. So bigger ideas might be occurring during the sign of Aries. So pay attention to that. Sometimes if you're resisting knowing more, I don't want to know, or can't everything just be normal? Sometimes that resistance will cause headaches. So pay attention. And you'll sort of notice that resistance as it moves down, because the next sign is Taurus. That pain will move from the top of the head to the back of the head, where Taurus is in the polyvagal nerve cluster. So pay attention to that. Resistance is futile. Resistance slows things down, right? Change might be hard, but not changing while the energy around you does and the environment shifts, not necessarily culturally, but just energetically, sometimes causes physical stress and harm. So don't do that. When you feel like moving, act. When you feel like moving, go. Those of you who've been watching the show know that's a hint that the shop is closing at the end of April. That is a Thursday, by the way, April the 30th. So pay attention to that. Yada, yada, yada. Move us into today, Wednesday, what's today? Today is the 8th. Wednesday, the 8th, Aries Stellium, which is all of these signs that are in Aries, four or more. Makes it a stellium, meaning that we have increased Aries energy, right? So we're in the sign of Aries, and we have all those other planetary bodies that are in the sign, which causes increased stuff up there. Also, sometimes that's increased conflict, which is the world's pretty conflicting, all the things. The world's in conflict. Oh my goodness. And so pay attention to that. Today also, though, is a 22 master day. So this is a good energy to master the higher mind, to understand the difference between base thoughts of survival and higher mind thoughts of creation, expansion, newness, what could be. That's usually how the masters flow through time, right? Not looking or participating necessarily in what is, but proclaiming and living in what is going to be or what should be. So yeah, that's good energy. Mars is also affecting us today. So the Mars energy is really gonna. So we got Mars in Aries, right? So there's war or conflict, but it's also drive, determination, inspiration. Also, it might have you feeling productive, maybe even useful today in your productivity, not just busy to be busy. Um, However, since it is that sort of vigor energy, Um, People might be easily triggered, bent out of shape. When you're like, we got to get this done, they might be like, hell no, right? So their vibe of using that energy might be in resistance. So pay attention to people around you that they might not be moving in the same direction, and sometimes that causes conflict. Moves into Thursday the 9th. I am recording, right? I hope I'm recording. I'm pretty sure it says I'm recording. If not, I will be talking to myself. So tomorrow, Thursday the 9th, Mercury retrograde post shadow ends. And whenever that ends, we usually have a lift of some mental fog and sort of the revisiting of old thought forms, old habits, former people from our former lives sort of goes away, right? And so that would, if they've actually physically or in reality made contact with you, that starts to end on Thursday. But also, your sort of thoughts and draw to them in an old way of being or a double checking of are you that same person still goes away as well. Decisions to move forward are easier on Thursday with less hesitation with the alignments and the ending of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, so moves us into Friday, the 10th of April. The moon will be trining Uranus. Uranus. Yep. And that's really going to be a good energy for gaining attention, right? If you're trying to advertise something, if you're trying to get a promotion, it's also going to give you the energy of being more persuasive and not just hopeful, but optimistic, right? That your energy of persuasion is actually effective, right? So you'll have that. It's all going to be all right kind of energy. The moon also moves into Aquarius, which on a Friday has you feeling more social. Cautionary tale for Saturday and Sunday. But you might be feeling more social or want to go out and about or sort of spread your wings. If you're not a people person, maybe you get online and spend some time or have some good interactions that way. Where do we go next? We go to Saturday, the 11th of April. And moving into Saturday, the moon conjuncts Pluto, and it could have the opposite effect of Friday, right? So high peaks. Oh, this is all great. I get anything done. La, 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 la. People are great. To Friday, a little bit of a depressive attitude, or if you party too hard on Friday, sort of that hard to recover kind of energy from too much fun. Moderation and centeredness are a really good thing to be on Saturday or even on Friday so that you don't have too big of a dip on Saturday. Sunday continues the weekend of, I don't say paying for Friday, but sort of interactions that seem slightly opposite of Friday. So Sunday, the 12th of April, we have the moon squaring Venus, which can cause conflict in already occurring relationships or difficulty in creating new ones. Usually that's around romance. So if you're feeling it, go ahead and get your fun in on Friday and stay centered through Saturday and Sunday, and everything should be fine. Everything's fine. It's all gonna be fine. The universe is working in our favor. Everything that seems like it isn't is a misunderstanding. The light's already won. The darkness is in retreat. It's all gonna be okay. Yeah. If you don't believe that, well, then you're magnetizing the opposite. Leads us into Monday, the 13th of April. And Monday, we're going to have Mars again messing with us. Mars is going to be conjuncting Neptune, which actually the energy of Mars into Neptune is actually going to give us the potential for some spiritual healing, right? So if you get your feelings hurt Saturday and Sunday, Monday has the energy of reconciliation and or moving from the thing that you broke into something higher and better. So that's always a good thing. The moon is also going to be squaring Uranus, which has you feeling a little bit whimsical, but sort of Uranus still being in Taurus, headstrong, right? So, hey, it's all going to be fine, but it's got to be fine in my way kind of energy. So pay attention to that. The moon also moves in to Pisces, which is going to have that sort of dreamy feeling like this isn't real or time is sort of moving at a different pace than it sort of seems like. You want to think of that as sort of slipping away of time, right? Over the past couple sessions I've had, really time sort of slips, right? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep my hands on this position for like 2 minutes, and like all of a sudden it's like 3 minutes. I'm like, where the I felt like 30 seconds. So that's the kind of sort of time gaps or accelerations that you might be experiencing on Monday. But also the moon into Pisces is good for optimism, right? So you'll be feeling optimistic. However, you'll be feeling optimistic, but not wanting anybody to get into your vibe. So introversion might be a good thing, or stay into yourself on Monday. If you got to go to work and be around people, that probably isn't possible, but just sort of like get your own work done, stay at your desk, do your own tasks. Don't spend a lot of time around the water cooler talking about how work sucks. Would be a good thing to not do on Monday. Leads into Tuesday, last day of the report. First day, I think of four, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe four. First day of four of the seven planetary bodies being in Aries. And so all the things about Aries, all the things about seven planets being in Aries, all the things about being in the zodiac of Aries. Intensity rises. However, powered for forward progress is available, but all the energy might feel overwhelming. We are I was like, what's the word with this? We are limited by an overabundance of choice. So if you can choose anything or be anything, then what should you do? And then we're also what's the FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out, right? So we don't want to choose wrongly, or we want to choose the best option, and so we don't choose at all. So sort of pay attention to that energy might be on Tuesday with all the planetary bodies in Aries. Um, yeah, and if you are in Aries, just buckle up. Da, 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 da. What else is happening? Oh yeah, the moon is also going to be trining Jupiter on Tuesday, which is actually good for public expansion, reputation, stuff like that, and also financially lucrative, right? So if you're thinking of doing something that's going to make you some money, or you have some things that are you're waiting for them to come to fruition, maybe Tuesdays where you get the message of that, or the payoff. So that's be good stuff. FYI, I should be in the shop all week, as far as I know. And like I expected, all y'all, lots of y'all are taking advantage of the last few weeks of New Dimensions, and I am booked up, I think, the rest of the week for appointments before and after the shop is open. So if I'm open a couple of minutes late or close a couple of minutes early, I apologize for getting my appointments done. But yeah, pay attention. If it's open on the calendar, it should be open for you to sign up for. I think that's everything. Pretty sure that's everything. I could say everything. I could talk for hours, but if you want to talk for hours, come to the shop. Yeah. So I think that's everything. Until next time, when I hit this little button, oh, button goes away. I don't like the upgrade, Zoom. Until next time, everybody, many blessings.